Phoenix, AP, the latest on the end of a 6-day teacher walkout in Arizona, all times local, 10:10 a.m. Teachers in classrooms across metropolitan Phoenix are quickly getting back to business after a 6-day walkout. Cindy Cordts, a teacher in the suburb of Peoria, already had a worksheet waiting for her third graders. She briefly acknowledged the hiatus as, kind of like we had an extra spring break. At an elementary school in the suburb of Chandler, Jennifer Boettcher's first grade class had a breakfast of muffins, milk and juice waiting for them. Boettcher called out names for attendance while students ate and then invited them to sit and read poetry. Strike organizers called for an end to the walkout Thursday after an all-night legislative session resulted in a 20% pay raise by 2020. Most districts plan to reopen Friday, but some will resume classes next week, ___7:50 a.m. Most Arizona schools closed during a 6-day teacher walkout over pay raises and education funding have reopened. Teachers back at work Friday at a high school in the Phoenix suburb of Mesa lined up to greet students with cheers and handshakes. The principal of an elementary school on the other side of the Phoenix metro area greeted students with high fives. Teachers at an elementary school in the Chandler suburb hugged each other and wrapped their arms around each other's shoulders as they walked in from the staff parking lot. Strike organizers called for an end to the walkout Thursday after an all-night legislative session resulted in a 20% pay raise by 2020. Most districts plan to reopen Friday, but the largest Tucson district will resume classes next week. The education funding plan approved Thursday by the legislature and Gov. Doug Ducey awards teachers a 9% raise next fall and 5% in each of the next 2 years. That's in addition to a 1% raise granted last year, ___11:20 p.m. Hundreds of thousands of Arizona school children can go back to class now that the legislature passed an education funding deal, ending a 6-day walkout that shuttered classrooms around the state. Strike organizers called for an end to the walkout Thursday after a dramatic all-night legislative session resulted in a 20% pay raise by 2020. Some districts plan to reopen Friday, while others say they'll resume classes next week. The education funding plan approved by lawmakers shortly before dawn was immediately signed by Gov. Doug Ducey, awarding teachers a 9% raise in the fall and 5% in each of the next 2 years. That's in addition to a 1% raise granted last year.